Hello, everyone. I'm Annie Dickerson. And as you know, I love talking about real estate syndications and raising capital. So today I thought I'd take a moment to dig into one of the most important pieces on your website. After your homepage, which will attract people and grab them and help them engage with your brand, once they get to that point in your funnel where they are ready to convert and sign up with you as an investor, that investor club or investor list sign up form is crucial. And so I wanted to take a moment to talk about what should go in that form and how you can decide based on the ideal investor that you are trying to attract for your deals and your brand. How do you decide what should go in there? Should it just be name, email, and are you an accredited investor? Or should it be much more extensive than that? And how do you decide what should go in there, right? So in a moment, I'm going to share my screen and then I will show you exactly what our Goodegg Investor Club sign up form looks like. And I'll walk you through exactly why we ask each of the questions in there. But first, I wanted to, before I get to that, I wanted to let you know that when we first started, we had a much, much simpler form. In fact, when we first started, we only had 3 questions. The first question was your name, and we only asked for first name. The second question was your email address. And the third question was, are you an accredited investor? Yes, no, or I don't know. And so think about this form, right? It's super low barrier. Anybody can fill out this form, whether you're accredited or not, whether you know anything about real estate investing or not, you've invested in syndications or not, anybody can opt in. And that was the purpose, because when we were starting out, we really just wanted to open the floodgates and see who was going to come in. And so we wanted to make that barrier to entry super low for people so that they didn't have to do very much on their end, excuse me, but that we would do a lot on the back end to try to convert them. So once they signed up, then we would send them emails and newsletters and freebies and downloadables and things like that to get them familiar with us and to add that value on the back end. And this was before we had a lot of blog posts. We were still building up our database of blog posts and videos and courses. And so we really just wanted to give a super low barrier to entry, and it worked. We got a lot of people in the door. And then it got to a tipping point. And what happened was we got more and more people signing up. We had built this momentum. People were telling their friends about us, and we were getting on podcasts, getting a lot of leads that way. So we were getting a lot of people in the door. And at that tipping point, we realized it was too many of not the right investor. And that's the key, is that we realized that, yes, we were getting a lot of people in the door, but many of those people were not our ideal investor. So then we took a step back and we looked at our form again and we said, okay, how can we put this form to work for us? So it is basically like a screener, like somebody who is filtering out the people who are not the best fit for our brand and our deals. I mean, they may be great passive investors for other deals. They may be great active investors, but for one reason or another, they may not be the best fit for our deals. And so we wanted to figure that out up front as they were filling out the form before they got to the point where they hopped on a call with us. And so it's an automation in if you think about it that way. And so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you exactly what our sign up form looks like now. It's much more detailed now. So here's our Investor Club sign up form. At the top, we tell you a little bit more about what this community is all about. We share a story of one of our passive investors in an interview with her. We share a testimonial. So all of this is building up social proof. Remember that social proof is critical in getting people over that hump so that they can convert. And so now here is our Investor Club sign up form. So in case you're wondering, this is built in Active Campaign, although you can build it in whatever tool that you are using. And so it's divided into three main sections. So we have the personal info section, the financial situation section, and then the investment experience section. So I'm going to walk briefly through each of these. So the personal info section is all the personal info. We ask now, not just for first name, but we ask first name, last name, email, and phone number. We ask if they are a US citizen. We ask if how they first heard about us, because we want to know how can we credit their finding us so that we can dump more time and energy into that lead source. And then we want to know high level why they decided to join. Some people put their goals here. Some people put, what they're running away from. If they've got rental properties or stock market investments, they want to get away from that. So this just gives you a little more insight when you hop on the call with them as to what their motivation is. So that's their personal info. So you can see even with this personal info section, we're already asking more from them than we originally did with our 3-question form, right? So this is already sort of a higher hurdle, but then it goes further because you see, what we realize that we need are savvier investors. And that's what our ideal investor is. And we've honed that over time. We've realized we don't just want anybody. We want people who've done their homework, who've studied up a little bit, who have figured out if they're accredited or not, and know what these opportunities are about. And now we have a very robust blog, lots of content, so they can do all this homework up front before they get to this page and sign up. So then we have the financial situation section. And so for us, we have 3 different sections here. We have accredited investors. So of course, this is defined clearly by the SEC. Then we have the sophisticated and the fully non-accredited section. So this is just our own definition. So you can choose, you can have sophisticated or you can just have non-accredited. But then here we also have, I am neither of the above. And check this out. We even, remember I talked about we try to screen people out. We even say right here, if you check the box below, that means you will not be eligible to invest with us at this time. So that means we're telling them right up front, if you fall into this category, you don't even need to keep going with this form because you're not going to be able to invest with us at this time. Some people still go ahead and follow through and fill that form out, and that's okay. We give them some additional resources for non-accredited investors. But we just want to make it as clear as possible up front exactly who we're looking for, so we don't waste our time and we don't waste the investors' time. And then down here, the final section is about investment experience. So this just gives us some more background information about where they're coming from and their level of savviness. Because again, we're looking for a more savvy investor than when we first started out. So we ask about their education level, their investment experience, how soon they're looking to invest. So when we hop on a call now, think about this, we're armed with all of this information and we know exactly where they're coming from and exactly where they want to go. So that gives us a lot more insight so that in that space of that half-hour call, we can take them a lot farther than at the beginning when we only had those 3 pieces of information: name, email, and are you accredited or not. So depending on where you are in your business, how far along you are, and your ideal investor, I challenge you to take a look at your investor club sign up form and really think about, there's a bug right here. Really think about exactly what information you need from your investor so that you can create that perfect barrier of entry for them. Not too low where too many people who are not ideal for your deals come in, and not too high that you're screening out too many people and people get intimidated, but right at that level where your ideal investors can look at the form and say, oh, yeah, this is something I'm looking for. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to sign up right now. Okay. And then the other thing to note is if you choose to make a more sophisticated form like we have with lots of more detailed questions, you are going to be turning away quite a number of people who are not yet ready. And so you're going to want to have something else on your site that they can opt into so that they can keep in touch with you and to learn more about your brand so that they can get to that point where they are ready to fill out that form and to invest with you. So you're going to want a lead magnet, or at the very least, a place to sign up for your newsletter so that they can get your emails and start staying in touch with you. All right. So I would love it if you could share your Investor Club sign up forms with all of us. So down below in the comments, if you have an Investor Club sign up form, put that link down below so that we can all check it out. And as a community, we can start to see what works and what doesn't. I'm Annie Dickerson, and I hope that this little video helps you move the needle just a little bit on your business. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.